Hi, and welcome back to the kitchen with me, Chef D. Today I'm going to show you how to make a no-bake sweet potato cheesecake. It's a really simple recipe and it comes together pretty quickly. So let's go over our ingredients and then we'll get started. I have some ginger snap crumbs. I have a little bit of white granulated sugar, heavy cream, powdered sugar, of course our sweet potato, Philadelphia cream cheese. I have some nutmeg, cinnamon, and a little bit of salt, some melted butter, vanilla, and some cornstarch. So the first thing that we're going to do is work on our whipped cream. I had taken my bowl to the stand mixer and the whip attachment and put them in the freezer while I prep the rest of my ingredients. We're going to make a stabilized whipped cream, which just means we're going to help that it won't weep or deflate for the recipe that we're using. And the stabilizer we're going to use today is cornstarch. So I'm going to add the heavy cream to the bowl. And I'll get it started. It's going to take about 30 to 45 seconds, and then I'm going to add in the cornstarch and some powdered sugar. So now it's kind of a little bit frothy inside of the bowl. I'm going to go ahead and add in that cornstarch and get that mixed in, and then we'll add in the powdered sugar. Now let's add the sugar. So our whipped cream is finished, and you can take a look and see how really stiff this is, very nice and fluffy. So we're just going to put it off to the side, and then we're going to start working on the filling for the sweet potato. So I'm going to add a new bowl with a paddle attachment. We're going to add the Philadelphia cream cheese in first and get that nice and whipped. Right now our cream cheese looks great, so I'm going to scrape down my bowl and then I'm going to add in my sweet potato. And the sweet potato that I'm using, this sweet potato puree, I made myself. I literally just baked my sweet potatoes, and afterward I put them in a food processor to really make them smooth. Sweet potatoes are notorious for having strings, so if you put it in a food processor, it's definitely going to break that down and make it completely smooth for this recipe. So now that the sweet potato is in, we're going to get it mixed together, and once that happens, I'm going to move on to the next step of adding the powdered sugar and the spices. So I have scraped down my bowl to make sure everything gets nice and mixed together, which it looks great. So now it's time to add in our powdered sugar. So I'm going to lift my attachment and add the sugar in. I'm going to do one more scrape down and then add in the spices. Give it a mix. So if you notice the color on this, it looks wonderful. It's a beautiful color, and it's definitely going to lighten up a little bit once we add the whipped cream. So in goes the vanilla, and we're going to stir that in, and then we're going to add in the whipped cream. And this is our wonderful fluffy whipped cream. So once you have it together, we're just going to lightly fold it in, and you can leave it on the mixer if you're going to do that. But one of the reasons why I like stabilizing the whipped cream is that you're not too concerned with knocking the air out of your whipped cream while you're folding it into the sweet potato mixture. That's it. It's folded in and it looks great. Let's work on our crust. So in this bowl, I have ground some ginger snaps pretty much to a powder. I have some granulated white sugar, and we're going to add in some melted butter. We're going to mix it all up together with my little fork here. So we're looking for a wet sand consistency. I'm using a 9-inch springform pan. So you're going to just spread your crumb out just evenly on the bottom of your pan. So I have most of that in. I'm actually going to use my hand the rest of the way to really press it in. I really want to make sure it does not go anywhere. That looks great. Now that our crust is set, we're going to add the filling. So try to add your filling in one swoop. And the reason is because we don't want to get any air bubbles in there because we can't knock them out. Then you just use your spatula and you're going to spread it out all over. Again, ensuring that it's even. That's what we're looking for. So this is it. This is the end of our recipe. I know that you're going to enjoy this sweet potato cheesecake, and I can't wait for you to come down and visit me at the Southern Food and Beverage Museum.